So I decided to watch the Book of Eli for the first time. And then I seen this picture that said 2024. What could it mean?
Shalom, this is Brother Gabar, the Lions Den Camp, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. And first and foremost, before I hop into this lesson, I want to give all praises to the Most High in the true Paleo Hebrew names and in the Paleo Hebrew tongue. And with that, I'm going to say Kal Halayim, Le Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Ha, Rekah, Kodash, Shema, Moth, right? And Yahweh being the name of the Father, and Yahushua being the name of his Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ and these other false names, you know. And with that, I'm going to give double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, right? And double honors to my elder as well, Aharawan. And shalom to you, brothers and sisters, pushing and keeping this truth and faith and its sincerity unto the end. All right. So as you can see, the title of this lesson is Predictive Programming in the movie The Book of Eli. And the predictive programming that they're utilizing in this movie is just, putting it in people's minds and hearts of a nuclear fallout, a nuclear destruction, because that movie, the Book of Eli, it takes place after a nuclear blast, you know, after a nuclear destruction, and in the clip that I put before this lesson, you could see on the poster, it says this is the year 2024, you know. And the scripture tell you, man, no man knows the day or the hour, that the Lord is going to destroy this place, right? So Esau don't know either, man, but they do know it's gonna happen, you know. They do know it's gonna happen, man, because the wicked elites, man, they know the Israelites, man. They know that they are the Edomites that the Bible. They know they are the wicked that the Bible speaks of, and that's exactly how they move and operate. And they do things like predictive programming and sending and setting subliminal messages. Trying to hide their deeds. You know, and if you don't have eyes to see and ears to hear, these things will go right over your head. You know, even like the whole movie, The Book of Eli, man. The main character that Denzel Washington plays is a Jake who is in the scriptures, man. He constantly studying and reading the word of the Lord and walking by faith and not by sight in the midst of the aftermath of a nuclear destruction, man. So basically he represents the elect, and throughout the whole movie he being cared for and protected and guided by the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you know. Uh, but I'm gonna get a definition for predictive programming real quick. It says predictive programming at its core is a tactic to reduce resistance by introducing concepts that seem far-fetched and continuously reintroducing them to make these concepts appear more likely or at the very least acceptable. As always, there's a reason why movies and television are used as the common vessel, right? When watching something, a person typically perceives it as entertainment, and their theoretical guard will be lower, and the subliminal messages will be directly go to the subconscious, man, right? And and that's exactly what Esau does, man. Prime example again, the movie The Book of Eli. Most 2/3 of our people, they see it as just entertainment, but nah, Esau is um predictive programming, uh, sh- um, showing what's to come, but subliminally, nuclear fallout, you know, a nuclear destruction in that movie is a nuclear destruction, nuclear fallout, a lack of food, a lack of water, you know, men, um, men invading one another, taking women in the streets, cannibalism, so on and so forth. These are all things that's prophesied and foretold in the scriptures to happen, you know. And Esau knows these things, man, and that's why they do things like predictive programming and subliminal messages. They put it in the people's face, you know. But again, 2/3 of our people, and those that don't have eyes to see and ears to hear, is gonna go right over their head, you know. Esau is showing his hand. He's showing his cards, man. He constantly showing our people uh uh his wickedness. In the movies and the TV shows and the music, the entertainment. Whatever the case may be, man. They constantly send those subliminal messages and predictive programming. You know, and another form of predictive programming, that they do is you know for that the MOTB, man. Right now they're doing predictive programming by talking about all this, tap and go. Uh, you don't have to swipe your card and gotta scan it. You just tap and go, just making it seem so easy and seamless. You know, and also with the MOTB, man, places like Sweden and other places where they're already implementing, that chip. There's commercials and advertisements of how it's just so easy. Life is so easy. You can open your car, get into your house, get into your laptop, just do all these things with just a tap of the hand. That's another form of predictive programming that Esau does, man. You know, but just back to the point of the movie Book of Eli. Uh, Again, a movie about nuclear fallout, nuclear destruction, right? You know what? I'm gonna hop right into the scriptures. The first scripture is gonna come out of the book of Psalms, chapter 64 and verse 5. And it says, "They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them?" Man, right? And it's talking about the wicked, man, right? Matter of fact, we'll get that verse 2. "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked." Who is the wicked, man? Esau, the so-called Caucasian race, man, the ones ruling this wicked behind Kingdom America. Okay? And back down to verse 5, it says, "They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them?" Right? And that laying snares is traps. They lay them privily, man, privately, secretly. And they say within themselves, who shall see them? Again, man, that's those that predictive programming, the subliminal messages, the different traps and snares and this lies and deceit, that Esau sets and lays, man, to ultimately trap and ensnare, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. They do these things secretly, man, through they, secret organizations, the Illuminati, these high-level Masonic, you know, organizations, these elite banking families, you know. It says they say, who shall see them, because again, if you don't have eyes to see and ears to hear, man, these things are going to go right over your head. They're going to fly right past you. But the scriptures say, blessed are our eyes for we see and our ears for we hear, roughly paraphrasing, because through the Spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and having this truth and his understanding of these scriptures, man, we able to see Esau's tactics of predictive programming and sending things in subliminal messages and so on and so forth, and kind, man. I'm going to move on. Going to the book of Malachi, chapter 4 and verse 1. And again, the movie Book of Eli, and it takes place after after nuclear destruction. In the beginning of the movie, you can see the nuclear fallout. The character Denzel plays, he in the forest, got a gas mask on, protective suit, because the air is toxic, is radioactive, and and all these things, that's a result of a nuclear fallout. And it was just a movie, but that is going to happen, and Esau knows it. So he used these scriptures, man. He used these things, man, and portrays it as just entertainment or just a movie, but really, man, they get these things straight from the scriptures, man. A nuclear destruction is going to happen, and on that poster it says 2024. Hey, the scripture tell you no man knoweth the day or the hour, but the point being, it is going to happen, man, and Esau knows he only has a short time, So I wanted to get Malachi chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the so like it, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. All right. So it says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. Right? Nuclear destruction, man. You know, this place, America, as it speaks about in the scriptures, is going to be turned into the lake of fire. You know, this place is going to be ultimately destroyed by 200 million nuclear missiles, man, you know, as a result of World War III, you know. And again, man, Esau knows this. That's why they put it in movies and in the TV and all these things. You know, the Apostle Gabar, he just did a lesson, I believe it was today, on a show called Black Mirror. And one of the new episodes on that show, it literally shows you Europe, which is a place that's also going to be destroyed by those missiles. It shows you Europe getting destroyed, completely and utterly destroyed by nuclear missiles, man. You know, like these are things. This is going to happen, man. It's not just you know, Esau just making it seem like entertainment, TV, and movie. No, these things are really going to happen, man. All right, it's right here in the scriptures. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. All right, and it says, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Right, because this place, and again, hey, this place, America, is going to be utterly destroyed. You know, there's going to be neither root nor branch left here. This place is going to be utterly destroyed and decimated. You know, and it also shows you Esau's mentality too, because hey, in the movie Book of Eli, hey, you all right, it has a nuclear destruction, nuclear fallout, and then you got Esau on the earth still trying to build the kingdom. You know, still trying to have a form of status and power. You know, so it shows you the mentality of Esau, man, and they pride. But hey, according to the scriptures, that's not gonna happen. This place gonna utterly be destroyed, man. You know, and these Edomites gonna go into slavery and bondage up under the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, but this movie is just a good example of predictive programming and subliminal messages. You know, and it says that the day shall come that shall burn as an oven. So, you know, what is going to cause this place to burn? Again, those 200 million nuclear missiles, man, which I'm about to get. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 9 and verse 16, and it says, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them, man. And that horseman is talking about those missiles. It says, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. That's 200 million. And I heard the number of them. And it says, by these three was a third part of men killed by the fire, by the smoke, and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. Right? And man, hey, so 2/3, man, you know, they're gonna be destroyed by these missiles, man, these warheads, right? And it says, for their power is in their mouth, and in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt, man, right? So it says, for their power is in their mouth, right? And that's talking about the nuclear warhead, you know, because the missile, that's just it's a propellant, it's a projectile, you know. The actual harm and the actual threat is in the warhead, you know, the mouth per se. And it says, and in their tails, for their tails are like unto serpents, right? That fire and that, you know, jet fuel being propelled, you know, that's like the tail of a serpent, and had heads, right? Those nuclear warheads, and with them they do hurt, right? Because that's what's going to destroy this place, man. Those 200 million nuclear warheads, you know. And it could be one warhead within the missile. It could be 5. It could be 10. It could be 14. You know. So hey, that's ultimately what's going to cause this place to burn as an oven and to be ultimately and utterly destroyed by fire, man. Is those 200 million nuclear missiles? You know, complete nuclear destruction. You know. And hey, unlike the movie, Esau ain't gonna be building up no more here in America after that nuclear destruction and that nuclear fallout, man. They're gonna be destroyed, and brought into slavery and captivity up under the Israelites, man. All right, and this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24. I'm gonna start at verse 33, and it says, so like at verse 35, it says, "Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only," man. And this is Yahweh Shah speaking. It says, "Heaven and earth shall pass away." All right, and it's talking about Esau's heaven, because right now they're in their heaven. This place, America, over there in Europe, they're in their heaven. They got the riches, the resources, the status, the wealth, the position, and it was ultimately given to them by the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, right? So when it says heaven and earth, right, their heaven is going to pass away. So it's heaven and earth, not the whole earth, but this wicked earth, right? Because Job 9:24 tells you that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, right? So their heaven and this wicked earth, right, which have been polluted by Esau, primarily Esau, the so-called Caucasian race, their heaven and the wickedness on this earth, man, that they have primarily pushed, and polluted the whole earth with, is going to be destroyed. It's going to pass away. But it says, "But my word shall not pass away." And that's kind of like in the movie as well, because you got this nuclear fallout, and the character Denzel plays, he has the last Bible in existence, and he constantly reading, constantly studying in the midst of like a nuclear fallout, nuclear destruction, and then at the end of the movie, he get to a place where they able to write, make more Bibles just off of what he had left, so just kind of backing up the scripture. But the Lord's word shall not pass away, man, because hey, Esau's heaven and his earth is going to be, it's going to pass away. This place is going to be destroyed. All right, but the Lord's word shall not pass away, man. The Lord's word is forever. Verse 36, it says, "But of that day and hour knoweth no man," right? So no one knows the day or the time that this destruction is going to happen, and I just bring that out because in the movie they had like, this is the year 2024, just like they did in the year 2012. Everybody thought the world was going to end in 2012. They came out with that movie of the earth being destroyed in the year 2012. No man knoweth the day or the hour, right? But it is going to happen, and Esau shows that again through their subliminal messages and predictive programming, man. That says, "But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only," man. All right, so only the Lord, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, only He knows, man, that date and the time that this that said destruction is gonna happen, and man, that was just a few scriptures I wanted to get on that clip. The book of Eli is actually a pretty good movie. You want to check it out and watch it with those spiritual eyes, man, because like I said, there's a lot of spiritual takeaways, from that movie. And with that, I'm gonna say shalom.